What's going on, guys? Liam here, and the worst news of all times happened. Latrell Mitchell is out of State of Origin. I'm so gutted at this. Not so much because, you know what I mean, from a Blues point of view, it's just, I just want to see the best play the best and watch the highest possible standard of rugby league I can possibly see. I remember last year when Cam Munster got COVID, I believe it was, and he wasn't able to play. Everyone from New South Wales was like, yeah, and I was like, God, man, you want to beat, you don't want the excuses. Oh, well, we had this. Even everyone, New South Wales players now will say, well, you beat us last year, but we didn't have Trell or Turbo. That's what everyone's saying. You don't want there to be any excuses. You want to beat the opposition's absolute best team, and we've sort of been robbed of this, man, and it just sucks. It just sucks. We missed out on watching Latrell play last year. Here we are again, guys. So we'll just go over it real quick. I'll go over how I think this will sort of change the game and how much of a loss this could be. And obviously Stephen Crichton is coming in, who is absolutely not a slouch. We all know that at all. But he ain't Latrell Mitchell. That's damn sure. All right, so he's obviously been ruled out. Injury took place on Sunday. Scans revealing a minor calf strain. Steve Crichton will replace him. Yeah, it was a soft calf. It felt more like a niggle than anything else, but he slept on it overnight and woke up this morning and thought he would do the selfless thing here. Now, I wish they would probably give him a little more time on it, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, because Steve Crichton can just train there and he can just have a day off training and then maybe see how it goes tomorrow. But, hey, Trell knows best, I guess, sort of thing. And, yeah, what a huge blow. That just absolutely sucks. But so all of a sudden, Queensland have shortened quite substantially. Still favourites New South Wales without Latrell Mitchell. Now, this hasn't been updated yet, obviously, but this is a huge loss. And it's a huge loss in the sense of the series too, even though he's not ruled out for the whole series. Game 1 is going to be so important because what's the exact percentage? I can't remember of teams that go on to win after Game 1. 70-something% or 60-something. It's very, very high. Next game's also in Queensland, and they obviously have a pretty good win rate at home as well, 66% there. So if Queensland get this one, it is going to be very hard for the Blues to come back from this. I personally think whoever wins this game probably wins the series. So massive, massive loss for the Blues here. So let's have a little look-see. Steve Crichton this year, I feel like he has been down on form. We'll have a little look at this year's 2023 season. I mean, it's not poor by any standards. It just feels a little lower for whatever reason. So 11 tries, he scored 6, so close to a 50% strike rate, which is pretty damn good for a centre especially. 3 try assists, 35 tackle breaks, so, decent 3 tackle breaks a game, roughly 3.54 tackle breaks a game. So it's pretty good. 4 line breaks, not amazing. Defense is always solid. 88% for a centre is pretty damn good. It's very damn good actually. And 20 missed tackles for halfway through an NRL season is pretty good for a centre. When you just remember when you're tackling on an edge, you're more than likely tackling one-on-one. It's not like the middle where you and 3 blokes are tackling a guy. It's a bit easier. And, as a centre as well, you're also defending the most athletic, centres and wingers in the game with a full head of steam usually. So, but great. Like I said, absolutely no slouch. Running metres, average of 121. Great sort of thing. So, absolutely no slouch. And to be honest, it's just... Yeah, he's just, the thing is, he's great. If Latrell Mitchell didn't exist, you'd be stoked with his pick, if that makes sense. He is that damn good. He really is. He's so damn good. Now, let's just pretend for a second here Steve Crichton's here. No, actually, before we do that, we'll pretend Latrell Mitchell's here. So, anyone that saw my last video where I said how New South Wales will win this game, I said, obviously, I'm a huge fan of this forward pack that Queensland put together. But I said these guys in particular, this guy and this guy here, are really going to have to blast through the middle. And, Payne Haas is going to have to average his club metres, which is 190. State of origin, I think he only averages about 130. he had to run through these guys. He had to get quick play the balls as this guy, win the collision, get to your feet, play the ball quickly, and then that was really going to open up Tedesco, Latrell, and Turbo. That's how, you know what I mean. It was, in my opinion, it was going to go down. Win the ruck, get these guys early ball. They're probably going to win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if that was going down, obviously, if these guys get restricted, it's very hard to unlock these guys. But that's sort of how I saw New South Wales winning this game. Now Steve Crichton's here. It's fine, but it's just, we put Latrell one-on-one with someone, I will back Latrell 100 times out of 100 on an edge. If Latrell gets the ball in space, one-on-one, 20 metres out, 30 metres out, whatever it is, I dare say he's going to score or set up his winger. Like, that's just what he does. He's just that damn good. He's got that X factor. He's close to undefendable one-on-one. Like, there hasn't been many players that are literally undefendable one-on-one on an edge. Like, one I think of, Greg Inglis was one. Jared Hayne, when he played in the centres, was one. And there hasn't really been a huge amount since, other than maybe Latrell Mitchell. So that's just it's just a weapon lost, really. Like, the team's still great. It's Stephen Crichton's a 2-time premiership winning centre. He's, you know what I mean? He's elite. He's so damn elite. But it's just that Stephen Crichton 100% can be defended one-on-one. He could be shut down. And, you know, I've watched every Penrith game. There's games where you're like, oh, you know, he did what he's supposed to do as a centre, but he didn't tear the game open like a Latrell would, sort of thing. So, and that was the biggest mismatch I saw from New South Wales to Queensland. Like, I was like, oh yeah, you know, like, you know, like, it was, you know, like, there's pretty even matchups across the park, but the one glaring strength for New South Wales was Trellon, whoever. It didn't matter if it was like Val or Hammer, so he was going to get his cookies. So that's really where I see it. It's just one less weapon. Is that the team isn't like heaps weaker because of it. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if, let's just say, Payne did go down and they lost all their go forward, that I almost think's a bigger loss, just because with no go forward, it's pointless even having this dope back line, you know? So it's not end of the world, it's not end of the series, it's not even the end of this game, but god damn, it's a huge loss. It's just, yeah, she's going to be rough. Defensively, I don't know, because Crichton does defend in the centres every day, I don't think there's a huge loss at all. I think Stephen will do just fine. I think, in fact, he probably could be better than Latrell defensively, just because. So yeah, let's look at some positives having Stephen Crichton in the team. So yeah, defensively, I'd say he probably is a bit better than Latrell. Just his reads and stuff are going to be on point because he plays there every single week now. I can't remember the last time Latrell played in the centres. It would have been a while ago, maybe even last day of Origin. So definitely an advantage there. Another thing, 100%, Stephen Crichton, much better work rate. He'll come in, get his hands dirty and just hit the ball up, come through the middle, quick play the balls. So that's definitely an advantage as well. So yeah, like, there's advantages and disadvantages to every player. So it's not all doom and gloom for sure, but damn, it was just big. And I don't think defence is going to be these guys' problems. I think it's going to be points, you know, where they're going to get their points from. And I think Latrell had a few more points in him than Crichton. So that's it. Disappointed. Now, am I changing my picks? Not really. I do think this is still Queensland's game to lose. I said it. I was about to do a TikTok video on it, but I stopped doing it because I heard Latrell was out. But like I said, I do believe this game really weighs on, are these guys going to be able to catch the ball and not make mistakes? And are these guys, not Abby, but are these guys here going to be able to get the meters to unlock these guys? Now, me personally, I believe these guys are more of a chance to not drop the ball than these two are to make 200 metres each. So if I'm very hung on this game, but if someone had a gun to my head and was like, if you get this pick wrong, you know what I mean, you're going to blow your head off, I'd probably be like, all right, I'd probably back these guys in to hold the ball rather than these guys to absolutely destroy this forward pack. So that's sort of where I'm sitting with this one, guys. it just sucks. Like I said, man, we just want the best playing the best, man. I'd be gutted if Munster went out. I'd be gutted if, Reece or, I guess, Ponga would just, who else would come in, I don't know. But, yeah, we want the best versus the best, so it's a shame. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you think's going to win now? Does this change your picks at all? What are you thinking, guys? Because, yeah, I'm just bummed. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.